Hello all, thanks for checking out Skillseed Freedom to Learning YouTube channel. Now continue with nature of electricity. We know that matter is electrical in nature. That means it contains particles of electricity, which is proton and electrons. The positive charge on proton is equal to the negative charge on an electron. Whether a given body exhibits electricity, that means charge, or not depends upon the relative number of these particles of electricity. If the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons in a body, the resulting charge is zero and the body will be electrically neutral. Thus, the paper of this book is electrically neutral. That means paper exhibit no charge because it has the same number of protons and electrons. I will share this file with this video. If from a neutral body some electrons are removed, there occur a deficit of electrons in the body. Consequently, the body attains a positive charge. If a neutral body is supplied with electrons, there occurs an excessive of electrons. Consequently, the body attains a negative charge. We are just studying the electricity by physics rule. It is very basics. Okay. Now we will see charge. What is charge? The concept of electricity arises from an observation of nature. We observe a force between objects that, like gravity, acts at a distance. The source of this force has been given the name charge. There are two types of electric charge. Opposite types of charge attract and like types of charge repel. Gravity has only one type. It only attracts, never repels. Now we will study conductors and insulators. Conductors are made of atoms whose outer or valence electrons have relatively weak bonds to their nuclei, as shown in this fulfill image of a copper atom. When a bunch of metal atoms are together, they gladly share their outer electrons with each other, creating a swarm of electrons not associated with a particle or particular nucleus. A very small electric force can make the electron swarm move. Copper, gold, silver, and aluminum are good conductors. So is salt water. There are also poor conductors like tungsten, a metal used for light bulb filament, and carbon in diamond form are relatively poor conductors because their electrons are less prone to move. Insulators. Insulators are material whose outer electrons are tightly bound to their nuclei. Modest electric forces are not able to pull these electrons free. When an electric force is applied, the electron clouds around the atom stretch and deform in response to the force, but the electrons do not depart. Glass, plastic, stone, and air are types of insulator materials. Even for insulators, though electric forces can always be turned up high enough to rip electron away, this is called breakdown. That is what is happening to air molecules when you see a spark. Now we will move on semiconductor. Semiconductor materials fall between insulator and conductors. They actually act like insulators, but we can make them act like conductors under certain circumstances. The most well-known semiconductor material is silicon. Its atomic number is 14141414. You have already studied all these things in your physics and your chemistry in your 11th and 12th science. Okay. Our ability to finally control the insulating and conducting properties of silicon allows us to create modern marvels like computers and mobile phones. The atomic level details of how semiconductor devices work are governed by the theories of quantum mechanics. Now, next is current. Current is the flow of charge. Charge flows in a current. Current is reported as the number of charges per unit passing through a boundary. Visualize placing a boundary all the way through a wire. Station yourself near the boundary and count the number of charges passing by. Report how much charge passed through the boundary in 1 second. We assign a positive sign to current corresponding to the direction a positive charge would be moving. Since current is the amount of charge passing through a boundary in a fixed amount of time, it can be expressed mathematically using the equation that is I equal to dq by dti, or simply current I equal to q by t, where q is in coulomb, t time is in second, I is in ampere. Now, types of electrical current. Steady current. When the magnitude of current does not change with time, it is called a steady current. Next is varying current. When the magnitude of current changes with time, it is called a varying current. Next, alternating current. An alternating current, which is known as AC, is one whose magnitude changes continuously with time and direction changes periodically. All three types of currents having different diagrams. For steady current means direct current on x-axis represented by t time, and on y-axis represented by I current. For steady current it is straight line. For varying current this curve start from 0, and alternating current this curve half semicircle for positive and half semicircle for negative portion. Now move on voltage. What is voltage? To get our initial toehold on the concept of voltage, let us look an analogy. Voltage resembles gravity. For a mass m, a change of height h corresponds to a change in potential energy. That means delta u is equal to mg delta h. For a charged particle q, a voltage v corresponds to a change in potential energy, that is delta u is equal to qv. Voltage is an electric circuit and analog to the product of g, where g is acceleration due to gravity and delta is the change of height. We can simply say v equal to delta u upon q, which is voltage equation. Now, electric potential. When a body is charged, work is done in charging it. This work done is stored in the body in the form of potential energy. The capacity of charged body to do work is called its electric potential. Its equation is electrical potential V is equal to work done divided by charge, which it simply means W by Q. Now, resistance. The opposition offered by a substance to the flow of electric current is called its resistance. The practical unit of resistance is ohm, and it is represented by the symbol ohm. Next is electric power. The rate at which work is done in an electric circuit is called its electric power. That means the equation is electric power is equal to work done in electric circuit divided by time. The basic unit of electric power is watts. Power in watts is equal to voltage in volts into current in ampere, which is equal to P is equal to V into I. Its units is watts. You can also say electrical power is product of voltage times current in units of watts. Next is electrical energy. The total work done in an electrical circuit is called electrical energy. Electrical energy is equal to electrical power into time. Its equation is VIT is equal to I square RT is equal to V square by R into T. Now, next is DC circuit, direct current circuit. The closed path followed by direct current DC is called a DC circuit. A DC circuit essentially consists of a source of DC power, example battery or DC generator, The conductor is used to carry current and the load, which is connected to output side. Accordingly, DC circuit can be classified as series circuit, parallel circuit, series parallel circuit. We will continue one by one. DC series circuit. The DC circuit in which resistance are connected end to end so that there is only one path for current flow is called a DC series circuit. Its equation is VI is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Those resistance are connected in series. Next is DC parallel circuit. When one end of each resistance is joined to a common point and the other end of each resistance is joined to another common point so that there are many paths of current flow as the number of resistances. It is called a parallel circuit. The resistance are connected to each other in parallel way, and the whole resistances, or the you may say the all resistance, are connected in parallel connection to the source. Its equation is I upon V is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Next is DC series parallel circuit. As the name suggests, this circuit is a combination of series and parallel circuit. A simple example of such circuit is we have to connect two parallel resistance with a series resistance, and which is connected to source or DC battery or DC generator. Now next is open circuit. As the name implies, an open is a gap or break or interruption in a circuit path. When there is a break in any part of a circuit, that part is said to be open circuited. Next is short circuited. A short circuit or short is path of low resistance. A short circuit is an unwanted path of low resistance, means the circuit is break, which is called open circuit, and the circuit is closed loop, which is called short circuit. Next is ampere. The definition of the SI unit of current. The ampere comes from the study of magnetism. Electric current is wire give rise to magnetic field. Those magnetic field in turn give rise to magnetic forces on the wires. Two parallel wires carrying current exert a force on each other. The official SI definition of the ampere is: the ampere is that constant current which, if maintained in two straight parallel conductors of infinite length of negligible circular cross section and placed 1 meter apart in vacuum, would produce between these conductors a force equal to 2 into 10 minus 72 times start superscript -7 and superscript Newton per meter of length. The definition of the ampere comes from the outcome of an experiment. We will see those diagram and experiment in file. Next is watt. The watt is the unit of power. Power is the amount of energy transferred or consumed per unit of time. Equivalently, power is the rate of doing work in standard speed. The watt is the power which is 1 second gives rise to energy of 1 joule. 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. We will see again volt in details. Volt. The volt is the unit of electric potential difference. Electric potential difference is also known as voltage. The size of 1 volt is officially defined as the potential difference between 2 points of a wire carrying a current of 1 ampere when the power dissipated in the wire is 1 watt. The 1 volt is equal to 1 watt upon time. The volt can also be expressed in terms of energy and charge. 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. In next module, we will study basics of electrical system. We will posting new audio videos on electrical engineering courses and workshop online and personal weekly. Please subscribe for more on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Thanks and happy learning. Skillseed. We will posting new audio videos on electrical engineering.